In 1979, one British film caused a sensation. It sold records, it got people fighting on beaches, hell, it even made scooters fashionable. Quadrophenia wasn't just a movie, it was a way of life.
Quadrophenia was the story of Jimmy, a young mod, and his quest for the perfect ride, perfect haircut, and the perfect weekend away from his mum.
Quadrophenia I did think was the most amazing film, and I thought Phil Daniels was just the coolest man alive. I think all the films that have been out about youth culture around that time, Saturday Night Fever, Grease, were all about Americans, and the thing about Quadrophenia, it was an English film, it was about British people.
Quadrophenia was an event, even during production. The NME would be full of stuff about it.
So we knew that we were in the picture of the year as soon as we started shooting. The cast of Quadrophenia was quite a clever piece of work on Frank Rodham's part. Frank Rodham was the director.
It was an extremely good cast for the day, and it's a testament to them, I think, when you realise how many of them, young actors at the time, still have careers today. You had people like Phil Daniels, who's had great success, Leslie Ash, who's had great success, Mark Wingett, who's now Carver in The Bill, John Altman, who became Nasty Nick Cotton in EastEnders, a very young Sting playing the ace face, and Ray Winston, who's now one of our leading actors, appearing very naked in a bath.
Why don't you just fuck off? Yeah, fuck off. Oh, let's have some.
We were all relatively unknown, but we were still very much the Brit Brat Pack. And they did this wonderful poster of us lined up. And within about 10 years, all of us have made our own name within our own right.
Steph, what? You're going Brighton this weekend?
Yeah, you?
Of course I am.
And it was just so exciting seeing a movie that was set in Brighton. Never been to Brighton in my life at the time, but it felt a lot closer to me than anything I'd seen in the cinema before.
The filmmakers put out an advert across the country for mods to come and be part of the famous reenacting of the Mods and Rockers riots. And I remember on the day getting up and the manager just going, I don't know what to do. I do not know how to get round this. There's 5,000 people out there and they all want to be involved. And it was as if among us, among the 5,000, we said, yes, it's okay. I really don't mind being hit. Let's go for it. And we did.
And I think the fact that they actually used the real actors and they seem to be in there actually hitting each other and pulling each other's hair out, basically, adds to the realism of it, and it's what's needed in the film.
You couldn't tell on the side streets who were members of the public and who were actors. And I can remember on one occasion going for a policeman and he went for me, and there was this look between us, and I said, are you for real? And he said, no, I'm an actor. So we just went, bosh, you know, and we were in there.
I went to see it at the ABC Cinema in Wigan, and it was easily, I've never ever been involved in an atmosphere of such simmering violence and menace in my life. It was fantastic. There was sporadic violence in the queue for the hot dogs before we got in there, involving the police and ambulance. And whenever a mod got their head kicked in, the bikers would stand up and cheer. And whenever a biker got his head kicked in, the mods would all stand up and cheer. And then sporadically, like bricks would be thrown across the cinema, and people would get hit with chains, and fistfights would break out. Boy, it was an exciting way to watch a movie. You can't anymore, I don't think, get beaten up at the bus stop for liking the wrong kind of pop music. But you could in the 70s. People would come up and say, do you like Slade or T-Rex? If you said the wrong thing, they'd hit you.
The violence was all very exciting and exhilarating. You know, Leslie Ash, even though she was wearing this crazy wig that didn't do her any favours, managed to get Phil Daniels away from all that to an upper back alley where they shagged.
Leslie Ash within the film was an object of lust, And I could remember her getting really quite pent up and worried about the quickie scene because everyone wanted to be there. Word did filter back to our hotel that it was greatly enjoyed and it was aesthetically very pleasing.
I've been to that alley in Brighton. I've actually been there now, you know where he gets it on with Steph. Like, it's a bit quick. Well, Phil Daniels, like, I'd have asked for a longer edit.
In the meantime, back at the hotel, where the rest of us were all staying, the hotel became a den of iniquity.
Dave, leave it out, Jim, will you? Give us a break.
The cast and certain members of the cast got through other members of the cast very quickly.
What are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing?
Oh, yeah, where have I seen that face before?
There were stories filtering through of who had who which night, and I think by the end of the filming everyone had had each other.
Piss off, will you? I'm sorry.
The climax to the film comes when Jimmy discovers that his idol, the Ace Face, leader of the Mods, works as a bellboy.
And I remember the end, because I didn't like the end, because it went all weird and druggy, and I thought, what's going on here now? He put a lot of makeup on and drove the bike off a cliff, didn't he? I remember that the end was seen a bit of a cop-out. It seemed a bit of a mysterious and thought-provoking end, and I don't like thought-provoking ends.
They almost kept the ending secretive, but I did hear that Phil was so crazy, and he was pretty devoted to doing the film, and he was very much in character most of the time. That he went so dangerously close to the cliff edge that people thought he might have gone over.
Our kid did push his bike off the youth club roof. You know, like Jimmy at the end. My dad went mad.
I went to see the final cut and the press showing with Sting, and within minutes we realised we'd all been cut from the picture, and it had become, quite rightly, a film about one character's point of view, and that was Phil Daniels. But at the time, we were so egotistical, we were so determined to have careers in our own rights, we reacted quite badly, and all of us walked out, and I've never seen the film since.